The following podcast contains spoilers and words like fuck and Mate, did we watch a thing this week?
Yeah, we did. Greetings, everybody. Thanks for joining us here at We Watched a Thing. In a world where you didn't think things could get worse.
Oh, things have gotten so much worse.
We took it upon ourselves to watch Cats.
Yeah, it was a bad idea. But at least, we did it social distancing, of course, the right way over video chat. But at least we got to watch it together. That made it a bit more fun.
My alcohol stocks didn't thank me for it because I was not tackling this film sober.
Yes, I said goodbye to a bottle of rum that night.
I did not feel great the next day.
No, me neither.
Thanks, Cats. But congratulations, you got me to watch it. I know this whole thing was just a ruse because you were gagging to see it.
Just because I was desperate to see it.
Of course. Yeah, tell us about Cats.
Let's get into it. Cats is a 2019 musical fantasy film based on the stage musical of the same name by Andrew Lloyd Webber, which in turn was based on the poetry collection Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot. Film was directed by Tom Hooper in his second feature musical following Les Mis, from a screenplay by Lee Hall and Hooper, and features an ensemble cast including James Corden, Judi Dench, Jason Derulo, Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson, Ian McKellen, Taylor Swift, Rebel Wilson, and Francesca Hayward. What's it about, Toph?
Fucking nothing.
Nothing. It's about nothing. And I warned you this because sadly, I have seen the stage play, not out of choice, but you know that my family are all big musical theatre lovers. So I've seen Cats twice, once with family members in the cast, which actually makes it so much even worse of an experience. And once I got taken as a special treat to go see a professional performance, which was not a treat for me because Cats is really, really bad.
Yeah, so I know that I'm familiar with a couple of the songs from Cats, but I've never seen a production of it. I've never listened to the soundtrack all the way through. I'm almost as blind as one could hope to be, having grown up in a world where Cats exists. I do know that as a kid, I knew that I liked the idea of Cats because,
as in, like, the animal or the show. You liked the idea.
The show. I liked the idea of the show because Mum had the LP.
Right.
And I thought the cover is, just that black cover with the eyes.
Yeah.
And which is a great bit of design. So just on the strength of the album cover, I was like, yeah, I think I'm into this Cats thing. I think Cats is for me. I was wrong. The whole world was right. This film has nothing to recommend it. It's god awful.
Topher is a curious cat.
Is that from it?
That's from it.
Okay, I suspect, largely driven this absolute bucket of rubbish from my memory.
Look, and here's the thing. I feel really bad because when we decided to do this, I was like, okay, the world needs a laugh right now. Us watching this will provide, a bit of fun. But this movie is actually just bad. I was hoping that it would be the whole, so bad it's good kind of thing, that we'd at least have fun with it.
My assumption is that it was going to be hilariously bad.
That's what I thought.
The thing that I was not prepared for, even though, in fairness, I now recall that I had been warned about this, I'm still kind of stunned at just how unengaging this film is.
Absolutely.
And how dull it is.
Yeah, this is not The Room. Like, if you're thinking this will become a cult classic, like a midnight session type thing where people rock up in cat outfits, I don't know, maybe that will happen, but they would have to be the kind of people that are already into the musical, in my opinion. I don't see how this movie is going to appeal, even in the whole bad it's good way, to anybody out there.
Yeah, this can't, surely, worldwide, this has not created one new Cats fan.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. I would say, if anything, this has maybe taken some Cats fans and turned them into non-Cats fans.
Yeah, maybe they've had a good hard look at this thing that they've liked.
They were like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? How did I ever think this was a thing?
So I did read, believe it or not, I did look at some cat-related things post-watching this thing. Apparently, before Tom Hooper was on board to direct this film, it was just going to be an animated film. Why didn't that happen?
Yeah, this is something
I'm not saying it would have been good, but I mean, it can't have been worse. Clearly that is a better film, is it not?
Well, yeah, and I'd had a few rums, but I'm certain I said that to you while we were watching it.
You may well be right. I was also not sober.
I was like, you know what? There are two ways to go with this. You either just have people in costumes like they do on the stage show, or you do it fully animated, because the way they choose to do it was not a good way. And people are ragging on the visual effects artists. And as a visual effects artist myself, I got to say, guys, the visual effects in this film are really actually very good. The problem is the design. Like, if you look at like the way the fur is rendered and everything, like the actual work on the cats themselves is pretty solid. The problem is that their weird fucked up faces are ruining it. And they just make really weird design choices. Like, why do the female cats still have boobs? Are they trying to be seductive? Was there ever actually a butthole cut, or is that just a rumor? And also the sets are where it is really let down on a visual level, I think.
That's it. The effects, like, people marveled at how good the fur and this kind of stuff was in the recent Jungle Book. And that stuff, like the fur, for instance, in this film, really impressive.
Yeah.
And then all the time spent on that clearly was not spent on the virtual sets, which look absolute garbage.
Oh, yes. They are hot garbage. They are so... They look like... I was going to say a PS2 game, but that's cruel to PS2 games. They look like a fucking DOS game. They're really, really bad. They took something that was already bad and weird and made it somehow even stranger and worse.
And we spoke about this while we were watching the film, about like, how did they assemble this cast? Because there's some big names in there who I don't care for, and there's some big names in there that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Idris Elba's here.
Yeah.
The Dench is here.
Yep.
And my God, do I wish they weren't, because now their entire career is stained with this thing. Fun fact, Judi Dench was meant to be in the original production.
Oh, really? Like in 81?
And quite close to the start of the run of the show, she injured herself and had to be replaced. Now, maybe she got wise to what she was actually in and feigned injury. I'm not sure. But it's taken this long, but the Dench finally is here in Cats, playing a character which I only found out after is usually a male cat. Is that right?
Oh, I couldn't tell you which cat she was, mate.
Right. Anyway, she's there with a look on one of a number of people who are barely holding back the what contract did I sign to be like, what is Sir Ian McKellen doing in this film?
So you would think that she would have to have been a shit hot singer and dancer to have been cast in Cats back then.
I presume so. They certainly, I mean, it's not like they need dialogue to move the story along, because there's no story.
No, there's not. But that's why, speaking of the cast, I did find it strange that the cast members who were cast, none of which are people who I would think of as singers or dancers. Apart from, you've got the obvious ones. You've got Taylor Swift, Jason Derulo. There's a few people popping up who are actual musicians and singers. There's a lot of people like Rebel Wilson, James Corden, who are just sometimes mainly known as comedians. And it's a weird choice for a film that is so much singing and so much dancing.
So we said there's no story. There's a glimmer of one, which I can't claim to remember or understand
all right.
at all.
So what happens is the jellicle cats under the jellicle moon.
Okay. Means nothing to me.
Yeah, I don't know how often the jellicle moon comes. I don't know if these cats are always jellicle or if they're only jellicle under the jellicle moon. I'm not, the jellicleness is a little unclear to me. It's a little foggy. But under the jellicle moon, some cat, I forget the cat's name, but like the the big old main cat gets to pick one of the cats to be reborn, which is weird because cats have 9 lives, right? Like, don't they like, why do they? I don't, anyway. And so all the cats come out and they sing a song about who they are hoping to be picked to be reborn under the jellicle moon as a new jellicle cat.
Right, and that was the cat. That's the cat that got in the hot air balloon at the end?
I'm guessing that was the cat getting to be reborn. Obviously, there's no hot air balloons in the stage show, I don't think. So I don't know how that was done there. And then in this one, I don't remember this being so much of a thing in the play, but in this one, they had Idris offing all the other cats. I assume in his head, he's like, well, if all the other cats are dead, then I'll have to be picked to be reborn.
I actually could not tell. So we watched this on a Friday night. We're recording this on a Monday night. I could not tell you which cat wound up in the hot air balloon and like won at the end. I do not know.
Was it Jennifer Hudson?
Hudson?
Am I just assuming that? I think from memory, memory, she's the one who sings Memory.
It's either Hudson or Dench, isn't it?
I mean, it would make sense. See, and this is where...
Or was it the lame-ass cat with the card tricks? I got no idea.
Wait, which one did the card tricks? That was the magic cat, which was Mr. Mistopheles? Is he the magic cat?
I know. I don't know.
Is he... I don't know. McCavity? Anyway.
No, isn't McCavity Idris Elba?
Is McCavity Idris Elba?
I reckon so.
McCavity. There's no one like
He's
McCavity.
A miserable bastard, McCavity.
I couldn't tell you which one ended up in the end because in my head, I think it is Jennifer Hudson.
I'm going Hudson,
but I can see why you'd think it was Dench because I keep getting those two mixed up because in the stage play, I'm pretty sure that the Hudson cat is supposed to be like the frail, old, Denchy looking cat. So right. I don't know. I don't care who ended up in the balloon.
And then given there's no plot or anything like that to follow, it's confounding then that they invent a character who's not in the stage production to be our way into the film so that we can follow her through all these different scenes of cats singing and dancing about, well, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then do nothing with that character. That character doesn't grow. I couldn't tell you a single thing about that character other than I think maybe their name is Victoria. So why invent this character and then do zero, just absolutely zero with them?
But, I mean, none of these, these cats spend 5 minutes apiece singing a song about who they are as a character, and I bet you still couldn't tell me anything about them. Could you tell me one thing about Rum Tum Tugger's personality?
Don't know what a Rum Tum Tugger is.
All I know is he's a curious cat. And I only remember that because you were like, isn't that a bad thing? And I was like, why? And I was like, oh my God, it just hit me.
We spoke about this on Friday night. The sexualization of cats.
I don't like it.
Is apparently alive and well, and I am not here for it.
I'm not about that. But I cannot think of a reason why this movie was made and why this movie was made the way it was, other than to appeal to the furry community. Because I can't even see the musical theatre lovers going for this movie because it's not good as a musical, even for fans of the musical, I think. But what they have done is tried to make cat-human hybrids sexy. Like, why do the female cats have boobs? I don't understand it, and I don't like it. And if it is true that there is a cut where the cats had buttholes, there's only one reason for that, and I don't like that at all.
For realism, Billy. That's why.
No, that's not a thing. That is not. You know what? Like, that would be like if Bambi, if Disney's original cut of Bambi had buttholes on all the deer.
Can we talk about Tom Hooper for a second?
Go for it. I know very little about Tom Hooper. Has he done anything apart from this in Les Mis?
Well, he's won an Oscar.
For what? Wasn't that for Les Mis?
King's Speech.
Oh.
The director of Cats beat David Fincher to a Best Directing Oscar. Let's sit and think about that for a second.
See, I forgot about that because The King's Speech is so completely forgettable.
I haven't been compelled to watch it since it came out, though I remember not disliking it.
It was fine. I don't remember it being brilliant. So I actually quite liked Les Mis, his version of that. It's a very different beast, though. Cats is really a chorus line type musical. It is not, although it is, cat after cat singing, so much of what the show is dancing, and it's big dance numbers with many, many, many people on stage. That's not something you can really show in film unless you're going to just lock off a wide shot with, 40 cats dancing.
Mm. And then if you do just lock off a wide shot and your virtual sets look this shit.
Yeah.
Well, then you're in trouble because there's a lot of the real estate of the screen taken up with crap.
Yes, exactly. So what he's had to resort to and what he's done is just very, very poor. There are close-ups of, individual cats dancing that aren't that interesting. There are, lots of digital camera movements, lots of, spinning around and shit, which that's not the point of dancing. Like when for example, my wife is a ballerina, and so she loves watching ballet, so every now and then we'll not just live, like especially recently with all the shutdowns, we'll watch them online. They're not shot like this movie is shot. You don't have moving cameras while people are dancing because it is a weird way to watch it. You want to see them dancing.
That's it. It's exactly like in a martial arts film.
Exactly.
Like most times you're watching Bruce Lee fight, you have the camera in a position where you can actually see what he's doing. But Of course, that's watching Bruce Lee do what he does is so engaging that's fine that the camera's not doing much.
Yes.
Because you're actually invested in the movement of the people.
Yes, that's right. There's an art and a staging and a choreography to what he's doing. And what's happening here is that the choreography of the dancing is clashing with the choreography of the camera. And it's really not good.
Or when it is just locked off, it's just fucking uninteresting anyway.
Yeah.
So really, he kind of can't win because both things are shit. But that's all because everything to do with this film is shit.
I'm sensing you didn't like the movie, buddy.
I haven't gone back for a rewatch.
The visual effects themselves, we touched on it earlier, but one thing I would like to say is that, as I mentioned, I think the fur work was great. Sets were terrible. I don't know how they actually did it. I don't know whether there was mocap involved or not. The bodies are obviously completely fake. I'm wondering how much of the dancing was even actually real dancing, or whether they just, filmed the faces and digitized them. For example, the day after I watched this, I finally got around to watching Ex Machina. Now that is a brilliant, brilliant piece of visual effects work. They filmed it twice, no mocap or anything. They filmed her just performing normally, and then they filmed the exact camera movement as a plate without her in it. And so they would literally just etch out her face or her hands, whatever they needed to keep, and digitize the rest.
It's considerably better than Cats.
Yeah, whereas what they've done here, honestly, the faces, there are some. Idris Elba's face looks wrong. The scale is a lot bigger than his body. And there are just parts where the blending isn't good, and I really don't know how they did it. I don't know if there was mocap involved or whether they just kind of pasted the faces on, like Winklevoss style, like Social Network. I just really don't know how it was done, but it doesn't look good. The blend between the body and the face is really, really poor.
Not a good film.
Yeah.
Not a good film.
When we posted that we were watching it, one of our listeners commented asking which actors we had lost respect for. The answer is all of them. I don't respect a single person who was involved in this film.
Look, it's a trait, I think, of a lot of British actors where even though they might be absolutely shit hot at their job, they still consider it like it is their job. It's a trade. And if a job comes your way and there's a check attached to it, who are you to say no? And so even the greats, like Sir Ian McKellen, you go through his IMDb, and there probably aren't too many bags of rubbish if you look back through his stage career, I suspect. But if you look through McKellen's IMDb, there's crap there.
Yeah.
There's real crap. And this is someone who's considered to be possibly the best stage actor of the last 50 years.
And that's probably part of it for him because he does have stage acting, and that's really where he can pick and choose and get into kind of meatier roles that he respects. Film probably is a bit more where he just goes, yeah, why not? This pays more. I'll do whatever. So do you have any memory of any of the songs in the film? Were any of them catchy to you? Have you been singing them in your head?
God, no. I remember Jennifer Hudson just absolutely swinging for the rafters at one point.
Yeah.
Just going, just thinking, hey, Anne Hathaway won an Oscar for Les Mis for, 2 minutes of over-emoting.
Yeah, 2 minutes of snot dripping out of her face.
Yeah. Yep. That rings a bell.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, here's a question. You're a cat, right? You're a jellicle cat. There's a jellicle moon, and you want to be reborn. What is your cat name, and what's your trait? There's Rum Tum Tugger, the curious cat. There's Gus, the theater cat. What's your name, and what kind of cat are you, buddy?
I suppose I could fairly seamlessly join the cat community if I decided I wanted to have a genuine sense of superiority.
Yeah,
which cats have. I think I can tap into something there.
Yeah.
So is there scope in our retelling of cats to just have the truthful house cat that is just on the couch thinking it's better than everyone around them?
Yeah, you could be that. Or like Roger the Smug Cat or something like that.
Sure. Smuggles.
Yeah, Smuggles the Smug Cat. I think I'd be Dizzle the Twee Pop Cat.
Right, so...
Just rock out some twee.
Yeah, and your fur would actually be like in the pattern of a...
like a plaid shirt.
Of a tweed, maybe a tweed jacket with some patches.
Yes. A parka, an anorak of some kind.
Yeah. I like it.
All right, I think we're done on cats.
Yeah, sure. Let me tell you something. On Saturday when I got up, wasn't feeling great because I drank a fair bit to get through this fucking film. Yeah. Here are some things I did on Saturday because I felt the need to remind myself of the things that humans are capable of. So I watched a David Lean film. That was followed by a Martin Scorsese film. And then as I was in the kitchen making some comfort food, I put Mozart on. Oh, wow. To try and cleanse this bag of shit that we subjected ourselves to. And then that night we watched Clueless.
Oh, now that
tends to be the right thing to do. Anyway, how are you rating cats?
Yeah, look, so we obviously have gone back to following each other on Letterboxd. So I know what you've rated this, and you know what I've rated this, I'm assuming. But I do have a question, though. So we can give a film a 10, obviously, which is a perfect film. We've never done it, but are we allowed? And I say allowed, like we make our own rules, like fuck the establishment.
Ooh.
Can we give this a 0? Or is that not a thing? Because to me, even a 1 needs to have some semblance of film making.
Here's the thing. This is a point that you've made this point before, and I completely agree with it. That even on the worst films, there are people that worked incredibly hard, and probably somewhere along the line there is work that is well done, even if it is a part of a whole that is truly atrocious. On those grounds, it's hard to imagine a 0.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And, even we have said, the fur work is good. So, all right, it's a 1 then.
Yes, I am also a 1. I fear for the damage this film did to our unborn child watching it. It's that fucking bad.
Yeah, look, and here's the thing that I really need to stress. I just want to make this clear for our listeners, because sometimes I feel like they hear us rag on films and they're like, "Oh, that sounds fun," like what I was expecting this to be so bad it's good. This film isn't that. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. This isn't the kind of like we watched it together, and I'm really glad that we did, because even then it was bad. Even while laughing through it and stuff with a friend, I cannot imagine any circumstance anywhere where anyone would get any enjoyment out of any minute of this film. I just need to stress that to the listeners.
Yeah, it's so grim and boring that two people who are so easily amused with each other as us.
Yes.
Even we were not really laughing through this experience. We were more turning to each other on Skype going, what's happening?
The only moment I laughed, I mean, obviously we laughed with each other because we're charming and hilarious. I laughed at one point when I came back from going to the bathroom, and we didn't bother pausing or anything because, we were already synced up and stuff. And you hadn't seen me yet, but I did a little dance for you.
So you laughed at the fact that
I laughed at how
I was unaware of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a little dance. I mean, you'll see it because we did record our Skype session, so you'll see it at some point if you scrub through. I just do a cheeky little dance for you, and I thought that was pretty funny of me. And that was probably the best dancing I saw that night.
Shine on, Billy.
Alrighty. All right. What are we getting to next week, buddy?
Fuck, I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I've lost the will.
Hang on. I
quit podcasting. I'm done.
No, you don't. You'll miss me too much. Hang on. I'm actually wondering.
So are we going back to Netflix, or do you want to pick something good? Because we were going to do the new Mark Wahlberg one on Netflix, which is meant to be shit.
I feel like this is an uninteresting conversation for the listeners. So how about we chat off mic, and you guys will just be surprised next week. We'll just, you'll get what you'll get, and you won't be upset.
Should I do? So you have the recording.
I do have
of us watching.
I do.
This film.
Yes, I do. It's the full 2 hours.
Is there going to be like a highlights package at the end of this episode, or should that be its own thing? What are we doing with that?
It's up to you. I reckon you could do like a small highlights package at the end of this episode, and then we could put out like a bigger one on the Patreon or something. Because I think we were pretty funny. I think there's a lot of good stuff in there.
You say that now that we're sober. I'm sure it's absolute junk.
All right, so where are we up to? Are we just doing the wrap up?
We're done, mate.
But do I need to say?
No, you just do your thing where you're like, all right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do I need to do that? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you got to do the spiel.
Okay, all right.
What are you, an animal?
I'm sorry. All right. Okay, then.
People need to know where to find us on the Gmails, on the socials. What's going on with the Patreon?
Okay, all right, I'll get there.
People need to know where to go.
Okay, well, if you let me talk. No, hang on. I'll tell you what. You do it this week.
Okay. That's it for the show this week. If you want to get in touch, just fucking Google We Watched a Thing. No. You'll find us. If you want to give us some money, Google We Watched a Thing. Patreon.
This is what, here we are.
Fucking done.
130 episodes in, and I've always done the outro. Someone once asked me if I read that. I don't. I'm just that fucking good.
Yeah, amazing.
You've listened to it 130 times and you don't even know it. What's our?
I can do it, mate. It's like the Lord's Prayer. I've heard it that many times. It's in there.
Okay, do it for real then. Do it.
I don't want to. It's your thing.
All right, okay. Alrighty then. In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that
with the show. You can reach us.
No, all right, I want you to do it. I want you to do it. And verbatim, because I do say the same thing every week, I'm pretty sure. I play a little bit with the Patreon bit, but...
Yeah.
Okay, do it.
All right, it's like a song. You just need to give me the first line and then, you pick it up.
Okay, in the meantime...
In the meantime, if you want to get in touch with the show, you can do that at wewatchedathing@gmail.com. If you want to look us up on socials, then we're at We Watched a Thing on Facebook and probably some other platforms that I don't use.
That is not how I do
If you want to support the show, you can get in touch. You can do that via We Watched a Thing /Patreon.
Oh, fuck. No,
patreon.com/ We Watched a Thing.
I'm taking over. You can't do that.
No, I just did that right.
No, in the meantime, if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at wewatchedathing.com or wewatchedathing@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all under the handle at We Watched a Thing. If you want to help support the show, throw a few dollars at us or make us watch something, especially in these times where there's nothing new coming out, you can do that at patreon.com/We Watched a Thing.
We Watched a Thing.
And we'll catch you next week. Go watch a movie.
Go watch Cats.
Don't watch Cats.
Do it.
No, this is going to be the best. I'm so excited. I'm feeling jellicle.
I'm already a few beers in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a drink. What are you guys eating?
Last night's potato and leek pie that I made.
That sounds delicious.
It's actually really good.
That sounds so good. I vote you drop some off at our door.
There will be none left, Moose.
Typical. You've never shared. Man.
You let me know when you're ready to hit play, buddy.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yep.
That's my
aren't you waiting? Aren't you waiting for Heather?
I'm here.
Oh my god, it's so dark. I had no idea you were there.
Wave your arms, Heather. Do you come up at all?
Oh, yes,
Yep,
I see an arm. I see an arm in darkness.
She is committed to cats, and I am not. Goodbye.
All I can see is a bald spot.
Oh god, mate. You are literally the world's worst person. There is nothing good about you. I'm recording this conversation, right?
I don't know what he's talking about. I found it really fun.
Oh,
I'm sad I'm going to miss the comedy gold.
I'm not sad that you're going to miss your steak sandwich.
How deep. If you don't bring that into me, I'll be pissed.
Well, we'll see.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Yours is playing? Are you seeing the jellicle moon in the jellicle sky?
If that's what it is.
This is so bad already.
Mate, I'm into it. Look at that lens flare. Some JJ shit.
Oh, wait. Are the cats human-sized or cat-sized?
They're cat-sized.
I expected them to be human-sized. That's really freaking me out. Like, I thought it was just going to be the cats that look bad, but it all looks really strange. These shots are all missing buttholes. That's what would have made it better.
Release the butthole cut.
Is that Taylor Swift in the middle?
Nah, this is the breakout star that we didn't know who it was before. It was such a breakout, I don't know her name.
Are you lean like a minx toph?
I'm deeply uninterested is what I am. Do we know what jellicle means? Are we going to find out what it means?
No, I don't think so from memory.
Or we need to be on the same acid flashback.
Like, from memory, every song has the word jellicle in it at least 15 times, and you never find out what it means. Their faces really disturb me more than anything. Like, the cat bodies are pretty gross, but what makes it gross is that they have human faces.
That sign in the background that says "Wake up and dream." It's really deep. If only we were in university, we could get stoned and talk about that sign for a solid 2 hours. Idris! Couldn't do this now. He's in isolation from fucking COVID.
Yeah. I was pretty devo. Did you hear that the one of the co-founders of Fountains of Wayne died from COVID?
I saw your post about it.
That's really sad.
Unfortunately, I can't take it seriously because when I see Fountains of Wayne, I just think of the countdown, and I think of Wayne masturbating.
Just shooting Fountains of Wayne all over the joint.
Yep. It's definitely a lot of different types of cats.
Yeah, but you know what they all are? Jellicle. Oh, my food is here. Did I miss anything that was at all of any kind of interest?
Not remotely. Just this main cat looking like she can't figure out if what she thought was her big break is worth it to be in this fucking thing.
Can you actually consider it a big break? I don't think you can, because this...
Well, I mean, when you sign on to what was the budget of this film? It's, what, $100 grand-ish more? Like, you'd have thought, on spec. Oscar-winning director, although it's a fucking crime that he is.
Yeah. Now you've got me interested in what the budget was. Oh, IMDb score for this is 2.7. That's IMDb. Box office, 75 million.
And the only reason it got to 75 is because of people going, okay, just how bad is it?
Yeah.
I guarantee you put buttholes in this film, extra 20 million. Who the fuck's this?
A jellicle.
Jellicle fuck. Jesus. So you weren't kidding. This is the fucking thing.
This is it. This is the whole thing. Yeah, there's no plot.
Just fucking cats saying jellicle.
There's no. So it was a series of poems written by T.S. Eliot that Andrew Lloyd Webber just put to music. It was never a story or anything.
Wait, there's a semblance of plot and I missed it. So you sing a song about yourself and what happens?
You get chosen to be reborn.
But they've got 9 fucking lives.
Yeah, not these cats. So this one's fat and horny.
Hey, you must have liked that. It was like when Tommy Boy fell over.
Shut up. Did you see that a listener sent us an article today about Tommy Boy?
No?
I haven't even looked at it yet. Someone sent us an email. All that's linked is an article about Tommy Boy.
I can't wait. So, last weekend we watched The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
Well, famously, a lot of the CG is literally half done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good movie, though.
Oh, fucking great film. This looks half finished.
Mm-hmm. Looks like a PS2 game.
It's actually as uninteresting as it is bad.
Yeah.
Like it's not quite the watching a car crash thing that you could hope for.
Wait, did she just unzip herself? That's weird.
You know what that last shot was missing?
Butthole?
Yeah. What's this song about, Billy, since you're the resident cats expert?
Some cat. The Rum Tum Tugger is a curious cat. We know that he's curious.
Well, he's in danger then.
Because, oh my goodness! I didn't even make that connection. Curiosity killed the cat. Do you think he's going to die?
I hope so. Billy, do you know what year the stage musical started?
I think it was in the 80s.
I'm going to find out. 1981.
81. Yeah, that sounds right.
See, I thought it would be even older than that because I'm just thinking about the amount of drugs people must have been on to get into this. It seems more 60s, 70s that you need to be just massively abusing something.
I think it works differently on stage. Like, don't get me wrong, I hate it anyway. But on stage, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, I think.
Like a genuine degree of sympathy for this main cat who hasn't actually done much herself, but her job so far has been to stand there and look interested in what's happening when clearly it's not. This is deeply bad.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Yeah, just when you didn't think it could get fucking worse, here's James Corden. Still Corden.
Oh, wait, is it?
Yeah.
Really?
You can tell from the fact that it looks like Corden.
I can't tell that from here. Maybe it's the bourbon, or maybe it's the bad visual effects. I don't know.
You could already be suffering the effects of food poisoning from wherever you got that from.
This food is fine. Can't get food poisoning from chips and gravy.
Nothing fried can give you poisoning.
No. Without looking, I want you to guess how much of this film is left.
There's like an hour 20 left, I'm guessing.
Yeah, you're bang on. Wow.
Hey!
Wow.
Nice.
That was good.
They call me the Time Master.
That feels like too long left to go.
It's a long time. It's like almost Toy Story.
Toy Story is only like 70 minutes, like an hour
It's
10.
like 84 or something. I'll check.
Okay, that'll give us something to do.
It's something that's not Cats. How is Corden still on screen? Fuck off.
Hopefully Elba will kill him soon.
That'd be great.
Oh my god, that would be a news headline. Idris Elba slays James Corden.
Car karaoke just fucking stabs him. Toy Story is 81 minutes.
Right, that's short. Oh, here we go. Is Elba about to off him?
Get him, Idris! Pretend it's The Wire. Fucking rub him out. Jeez, I wish I was watching The Wire.
All these cats are so horny. It's disturbing to watch.
Is that tapping into something that is out there somewhere in the world, the sexualization of the feline form?
Well, there's furries. There's people who get off on people dressed as animals. Like, that'd just tie into that, wouldn't it?
I suppose they'd be just going at it hell for leather watching this.
Oh, Jesus. I still don't know what's happening.
Nothing. Nothing's happening. Does it matter that I don't know who this cat is?
I still don't know who the white cat is. She seems to just walk around, looking at the other cats. I don't think I've even heard her speak.
It's possible she asked what jellicle means.
They just got shooed away.
She's definitely the audience in this film. She was like standing there going, "What the fuck is jellicle? What's Judi doing?" I was looking at you, not the screen.
I have no idea. For all I know, Idris is off her.
Zero idea what has happened in the last 8 minutes of this film.
Please tell me it's been more than 8. Oh my god, there's still over an hour left.
What cat are we up to? What's Jude's doing?
I don't know. What are any of them doing? They're dancing about how jellicle they are. That's all I know that's happening. Where are they getting cat-sized sneakers from? And for what purpose? Can you get shoes made for paws?
There's someone out there selling fucking sneakers to millionaires for their fucking dogs that fit in fucking handbags. I bet you it exists.
It would.
Do you know what also exists? This fucking scene of this film, and I don't know why.
But the whole film, why? I still don't understand how this film got this, let alone a release. I don't know how it even got discussed.
Even measuring against the rest of this film, the last 5 minutes has been bad. Which is stunning.
I don't even know how this is going to be an episode. This was a bad idea.
I know, right? I'm talking through Hudson's Oscar moment. Yeah, I know this song. Yeah, I'm all over it. I'm the cat's master.
But it's weird too. They've kind of still given them little boobs. Like, I kind of feel like they were definitely baked.
I know, like there's just a hint of definition there of this one female. Yeah.
What they should have done is given them.
I know there's a market there for fucking furious, disgusting masturbation.
Yeah. There's always a market for furious masturbation.
That's true. It doesn't matter what you make.
How many nipples do cats have? That's what they should have done. Is put like 6 or whatever nipples on their chest.
I'll Google it.
Yeah, it's something to do.
Cats usually have 8 nipples, but the number vary from one individual to another.
Oh, there you go. So it could have been a fun little game. They could have given them all a different amount of nipples.
Both male and female cats have nipples, but males lack developed mammary glands. Oh, Ian, you don't need this. Good God.
Do you ever get nervous?
Like, Gandalf looks enough like a hobo. What is this shit? Did he just say you could do it again? I'll fucking stab myself in the eye if you do.
Oh, he's got overalls like Mario. I like that.
That's true. Plumber Cat's my favourite.
Oh, this looks so bad.
Can we pick from the construction going on what year in London this is?
I don't think the movie's historically accurate.
In a way, Billy, certainly if your opinion is to be taken as fact, this is one of the more faithful adaptations in film history, because you said the stage musical is a fucking turd.
Yeah, oh yeah. This is, yeah.
This film is a fucking turd.
I'll give it that. I feel like I'm back there in the big top watching Cats in person. So I need to pee, but we don't need to pause it, do we? I'll be back.
You've missed out on a lot of information about McCavity.
Oh, it's time, mate. They're going to make the jellicle choice.
What does that mean?
I have no idea. He, more than anyone, looks wrong. Like, his face definitely looks just copy-pasted onto someone else's body.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
His face is not right. That's the end of my bourbon. I don't like this cat's face. I like that they've made her body look like a sack of potatoes wearing a fur coat.
They're all very enthused to see Jude's again. I don't remember them caring about I don't know. Fuck. No idea.
This whole movie is just going to devolve into a cat orgy at some point.
I reckon that is Ray Winston. That scabby old cat.
I'll Google it. It'll give us something to do.
And if it is, I'm appalled because I want better for Ray Winston.
Here we go. Cats. Yep.
Fuck. Is this the same song?
Yep.
Does it happen twice in the play?
Musical theatre love their reprises, man.
Oh, she's still singing dramatically.
Not as good as when Hathaway did it, though.
Oscar!
Don't you reckon that her face here looks too big for that, like, the head that it's on?
Yeah, that's really what's sticking out to me.
Oh no, James Corden is back.
Do you know what's happening?
No idea. I know there's 11 minutes left and that's good enough for me.
Ice cream's a great idea. Definitely do that for Twister or whatever we put on next. Fucking wrap it up!
I know, there's 11 minutes left, but surely most of that's credits. Like, this has to be the finale, right?
I mean, you know how much I cut out of our podcasts. If I was the editor of this fucking film, it would be 7 minutes long at most.
Does it ever hurt you a little? Sometimes when you cut stuff, do you ever think about it?
If you have to think, you already know the answer.
So how do you decide what gets cut and what stays? If it's not as interesting as us talking about dating the enemy, it's not worth making it in.
Yeah, see, that's fucking great content.
Oh, I see credits. It's over.
Thank fuck.
Do we need to Google if there's an end credits scene?
Oh, the ice cream's made it out of the freezer.
So you guys going to watch Twister now?
Maybe. I'll start Twister right now.
Well, I'll leave you to it because Noosk will get furious if I watch it with you and not her because I said no to it the other day.
Do it! Do it!
No, she'll get so mad.
I want her to come out while it's happening.
Nah.
It'll make my week.
I can't do that. I'll get in huge trouble.
Why don't you care about me?
I do care. You know I care about you, Bear.
I'm putting on Dusty.
We should do this again soon, though. My people will talk to your people.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
All right. I'll leave you crazy kids to it. Too much bourbon.